So, hello my friends, Devaun Lennox here, PhotographyPX. In today's video, we'll cover the main highlight features and do an overview of DJI's Mini 2. Do know you can find timestamps and links in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment. And also know this is not a sponsored video. Let's get started. Released in the fall of 2020, DJI's Mini 2 marks the successor to the original Mavic Mini released 1 year prior. The Mini series was the first to break the threshold by providing a takeoff weight below the 250 gram standard that mandates a drone's registration. And with this release, DJI has addressed some significant requests from its users while still keeping that strict target in portability. The original Mavic Mini was feature-packed, easy to operate, and offered many high-end capabilities from its higher-end brothers, but it did have some notable limitations that ultimately frustrated users, most notably poor connectivity and JPEG-only photos. But this release aims to fix that with fewer compromises and secure their dominance in this niche category. And it does so by bringing 4K video, RAW capabilities, better flight dynamics, a redesigned controller, and much more. So much so, DJI now targets both beginners and experienced pilots alike with this product, and they also aim this particular drone at the similarly capable Parrot and Nafi. Physically, the build and design are largely unchanged from its predecessor, and at first glance you'd find it difficult to distinguish between both models. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, the contrary. Instead, it maintains the compact foldable design that made this particular lineup class leading, and weighing just 8.8 ounces or 249 grams, it's about as much as an apple with the size of a normal hand, so it remains small and light enough to take literally anywhere. And this ultra compact form is what makes this line special and the ideal traveler given its outstanding convenience. Even so, the aircraft is remarkably sturdy and feels solidly designed despite only weighing 150 grams without the battery installed. But DJI has made two primary design changes. Firstly, there's a new USB Type-C port for charging rather than its predecessor's micro USB, and they've now redesigned the propeller's motors. Now they're more efficient, more aerodynamic, and less noisy. Much of the design revolves around making the aircraft faster in the air and more responsive, especially in windy conditions, and the refinements have dramatically improved its flight dynamics and handling. Otherwise, it still offers a sleek gray finish with a foldable quadcopter design, and it keeps the exposed micro SD card slot and USB port on the rear. Plus, it maintains the bottom vision position sensors rather than obstacle avoidance sensors like its bigger brothers. Even so, those sensors work great at detecting the surface below to avoid obstructions when landing. And DJI includes a set of replacement propellers, a gimbal protector, a USB-C cable, and various cables to connect the intelligent flight controller to a device. It obtains the same 1/2.3-inch 12-megapixel CMOS sensor as its predecessor. However, DJI has opted for several notable changes this go-around. Firstly, they've added RAW support in addition to standard JPEGs. This change substantially improves the flexibility pilots have to post-process images. Secondly, they've bumped the maximum video resolution from 2.7K 30 FPS to 4K 30 FPS. And the data rate has also jumped from 40 megabits per second to 100 megabits, but it still uses H.264 compression to the MP4 format. Together, the camera now produces higher quality footage with fewer artifacts, more detail, better colors, and greater latitude for post-processing. Otherwise, the drone features a 24mm equivalent f2.8 lens with an 83-degree field of view. And the camera is mounted to a 3-axis mechanical gimbal with a 0.1 degree accuracy to counteract aerial vibrations or movement. Outside of that, it features a 4x digital zoom, auto exposure bracketing, and several panorama options, including the standard panorama and 180 and 360 degree options. For battery, it features a brand new LiPo Flight battery that now offers a capacity of 2250 milliamp hours. It's a modest downgrade in the general capacity here. However, combined with the upgraded motors, DJI has actually pushed the rated battery life to 31 minutes on a single charge. And this longevity now puts this otherwise entry-level drone against the best in the industry, namely their higher-end Air 2 and 2 Pro series, and it becomes one of the best drones in the market in this particular regard. DJI ships the drone with an included RC controller, and they've overhauled and revamped the controller with this model. Gone is the older generation flight controller seen on earlier models. Instead, it obtains the flight controller first debuted with the Air 2, with its elegant gray finish, streamlined design, and solid yet weighty feel. It's also larger and more secure and less game-like, and Gone is the rather plasticky controller it replaces. This new controller holds the phone at the top with a firm spring-release grip holder, and it keeps the connection lead, be it USB-C, Lightning, or micro USB, securely tucked away under the grip when not in use. There's also a cavity at the bottom that houses the connector cable. Even more crucially though is the notably refined connection technology and more robust antennas the RC offers. Gone is the Wi-Fi connection standard of the previous model. Instead, this new RC debuts with OcuSync 2.0, DJI's proprietary transmission technology, and under ideal conditions, it can provide a 10,000 meter transmission range. Comparatively, its predecessor only offered 4,000 meters. The controller also has a 5200 mAh battery and weighs 390 grams, so it's rather hefty. But the flight joysticks have an excellent grip and they're responsive. The controller also has a cubby on the bottom part of the unit where you can store the joysticks when not in use. For buttons, it has a function button, a photo and video mode switch, the shutter release, automatic return home, dynamic flight control, and your gimbal control. The physical slider to switch the flying dynamics is a particularly welcomed addition. Switching from Cine to Sport gives you immediate access to change the drone's responsiveness mid-flight, but in the air, the Mini 2 is nimble and agile and easy to fly. The updated motors achieve speeds of 36 miles per hour with a rated flight time of 31 minutes, but outside of speed alone, it's also more stable as well. It now offers a 3-stage global positioning system combined with GPS, GLONASS, and Galileo for altitude sensing and near-perfect positioning. So when it hovers at a location, it'll be stable and easily matches its more expensive brothers in this particular regard. Otherwise, the drone obtains several pre-programmed intelligent flight modes, which DJI calls quick shots, to execute professional level maneuvers in one click. It features the Find My Drone option. It has built-in photo optimization, quick transfer, fly shots, and fly safe. In the end, DJI's Mavic Mini 2 is an excellent all-rounder that's well suited for beginners, enthusiasts, and professionals alike. Sure, it's a drone ultimately targeted towards beginners and one that's analogous to a point-and-shoot camera rather than a higher-end DSLR, but one that boasts several high-end features from its pricier brothers, yet it remains affordable, portable, and crucially, it's easy to use. No worrying about complicated settings, adding accessories, and the fare of the FAA. As a package, it offers excellent value for money spent with only a modest $50 price bump over the original model. As such, it's a powerful alternative to DJI's mid-range Air Series drones if you don't need the higher-end camera and obstacle avoidance sensors. The updates here have delivered a worthy product indeed, and one that currently earns the spot as leader of its class. So there you have it, my friends. There are the highlights and the overview of DJI's Mini 2. For more information on the Mini 2, check out our website, PhotographyPX.com, and there you will see a full detailed written review as well as other reviews that may be of interest to you. You can also look at the pinned comment in the description down below, and I'll take you right to the full review as well. I've been your host, Devaun Lennox. We will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found the contents of today's video insightful and it added value to you. If you're new here, please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Also, leave us a like and a comment in the description down below. Let us know if we overlooked something or we missed something that we covered in today's video. I've been your host, Devaun Lennox. Photography.